boys and girls, apparently this is something that needs to be discussed. As I've seen a lot of you send me this video over on Discord, it seems nowadays we're actually having an issue with transgender athletes. Good stuff, man, good stuff. We really do be living in the future, don't we? Bro, the future don't be looking so bright. So transgender athletes, there's been a lot of controversy about it, and probably all for the right reason. I mean, when you're having a man fight against a woman in the UFC, to the untrained eye, this might seem fair. But to every other normal person, you can clearly see the distinctions of how big the other person is, aka the man who's fighting the woman, are against the woman. And it's like, it's not saying that there aren't women out there that could absolutely beat the absolute crap out of the man. I'm sure there definitely are. But as a whole, it is so and completely unfair when you have like a 5'5" woman trying to deadlift against a mountain saying it's fair because of equal rights. Well, not really, boys. But let's jump into today's video.
Transgender MMA fighter has said she wants a license to fight in California.
A biological male has just become the first transgender person to win a world title in cycling.
And already, we're about 20 seconds in. You can see all these articles of these transgender people just winning. And of course they are, because it's literally like turning on cheat codes in a video game. Of course they're winning, bro. I don't really understand this whole like controversy behind it, and I don't really know why this is such a big issue. I don't think anyone is against transgender people competing. Of course not, that's stupid. But why can't they make their own category? Why do they gotta then, why the men gotta then join the women? It's so completely unfair. And when you talk to them or they get interviewed, some of the things that they come up with are just complete BS. Saying that their hormone treatment and their testosterone levels has been lowered and isn't a problem anymore. Well, I really much doubt that. I really don't see that happening, but it's what they insist on. Even though they're clearly beating the women in these sports. I mean, really? I doubt that's so much right.
First transgender weightlifter winning her maiden international event as a woman.
A biological male winning a gold medal in a women's event now seems a matter of when, not if.
Since sports events began, men and women have been segregated by gender to make the competitive events fairer due to differences in muscle mass, innate strength, or testosterone levels.
Yes, but gender doesn't mean anything these days. How can you compete when there's over 1 billion genders, boys? Over 1 billion, 100%. Billions! 1 billion, proven by scientists. Bro, legit, I feel like if the feminists really had it their way, there really would be probably about 5,000 categories. And then because there would only be one person per category, they would all be winners. And that's generally the way the sports would be. There'd be one person per category, and they would generally compete at the Olympics. And they would all be winners. Yay! Everybody's a winner. This, to me, is just so toxic. You know what it's like, boys, when you're growing up and everybody's a winner? That's how Karens are made, because they never hear the word no.
There are all kinds of reasons that people have advantages. Somebody's parents can give them year-round training. Somebody else is really, really tall and someone's really, really short.
Sport has never been fair. You bought into that myth, so have a lot of other people.
Bro, I don't really think it's a myth. I mean, yes, for sure. I guess different families can afford for different training and stuff, but that hasn't always been the case, has it? Like, that makes someone a better, say, fighter or something. I'm pretty sure if you put Mike Tyson up against a boy at his prime, who mommy and daddy could pay for everything, I'm still putting my money on Mike Tyson.
Oh, give me $50 on Tyson.
I hate this argument. Oh, it's never been fair. It's not fair. So stuff it. Let's just carry on making it not fair. Let's not improve it. Let's make it worse so we don't upset or offend anybody. Yes, that's what we'll do. The logic behind this is actually like, it's crippling, boys. It's really mind-boggling.
But let's face it, if I wanted to be a jockey, I couldn't be. Nature endows her gifts unevenly in society.
It's true that some physical characteristics give athletes an unusual advantage in sports.
You don't say. Really? Wow, boys, I'm learning so much from this video. I've been enlightened. You're telling me a skinny person against a big muscular man in a deadlifting competition, the big muscly man would win? What? Boys, I've been woke. My eyes are finally open.
Like Michael Phelps' long arms or Usain Bolt's height. But the genetic difference of being born as a male or female and competing with the opposite gender proved to be more of a determining factor than any bodily developments in sports.
If you go through puberty, you have all the benefits of having a male body. And even if you transition and reduce your testosterone, you're still going to have those benefits. You're going to have the bone structure, the slightly bigger heart, more red blood cells. So therefore, a female athlete competing against a transgender female is always going to be at a disadvantage.
Exactly, boys. I mean, I couldn't really say it better myself. Just because they're on treatment now, or medication to maybe bring it back or try and turn them more into a woman, doesn't then mean they're a woman. Like, just in the terms of competing against other, like, women, it just does not make it fair in the slightest. Like I already said, bro, if you put Usain Bolt up against, like, a 5'5" girl, or even, like, the same height woman, right? Because of the way he's been training his whole life and the way his body has developed, going to be completely different outcomes.
Testosterone levels are important because the amount of the hormone defines the eligibility of athletes to compete whenever sporting events are limited to a single sex, following IAAF rulings.
The idea that we need to protect women's or female sport from other women and females is itself inherently discriminatory.
No, it's not. Oh my god, bro. Don't give me that. Why is it like every time it seems like somebody says something they don't like, they're either racist, discriminatory, or sexist? Why is that like such a common trend nowadays? It's such a shame that we can't have like these sort of like discussions and stuff, because it is also very interesting. But I'm sure like there's going to be some feminists even watching this video being like smashing down on their keyboard, calling me an absolute sexist pig. Oh, those keyboard warriors, boys. When to be honest, I really don't think I am being. I'm just kind of stating the obvious, saying it's unfair, which it is. But then you have people like this that then just, when they get called out for their BS, then all the people that are calling them out are just sexist. Oh my days. It's so stupid, boys. Also, I've made a video about this person on my channel. I'll leave a link down in the description if you want to watch that. It was kind of interesting. They're in the cycling, and of course, they keep winning. They're from Canada, and yeah, of course they keep winning, because it's technically a guy against women. And yeah, of course he's winning.
No testosterone policy will ever work.
Male to female athletes no longer need to have reassignment surgery, but they do need to demonstrate that their testosterone levels have been below 10 nanomole per litre for at least 1 year, according to the 2016 International Olympic Committee guidelines.
It's not saying you're a man or a woman. It's saying you can compete. It's a matter of eligibility to participate in certain competitions.
In the case of female to male athletes, they can compete without restrictions.
I don't get why this is just such a big issue. Like I said at the beginning of the video, why can't we just make their own genre of sports, right? Just have transgender people against transgender people. Surely that, in my eyes, would just be so much more fair, right? Like, you don't have to worry about any of that stuff then. It's just absolutely crazy to me that this is a thing. Like that lady said at the beginning as well, saying, okay, cool, but their testosterone can be low, and it can still be an unfair advantage, right? So having their own category, then everybody's happy. Or is that why they're happy at the moment? Because it's basically like putting on cheat codes when they're against women, right?
And it's something like 90% of female athletes, their testosterone levels are around 3 nanomoles per litre. So in other words, this upper limit is 3 times what would be typical in a female athlete. So it seems like a kind of arbitrary setting unrelated to the realities of the situation.
Well, I actually agree with you there.
Yeah, well, you can't really disagree with, like, statistics and facts, can you? Well, I disagree. Well, look at this lady literally take a minute to try and conjure up some kind of thought to disagree, but realized, oh, wait, I can't really disagree against statistics. Oh, okay, yeah, I actually agree with you there.
But what happens with student athletes who decide to change their gender? Well, the rules are not clear at all. Most countries don't have clear regulations. And the biggest student sports organisation in the US, the NCAA, does not require gender confirmation or a legal recognition of a player's transitioned sex in order for transgender players to participate on a team that matches their identity. At least 1 year of hormone treatment.
Bruh, really, bruh? I'm like, even just watching this, you can already see the disadvantages that the girls have against this person, right? Like, this isn't even rocket science at this point. If anyone's watching this right now and actually like getting angry at me in the comments, look at this still image. Does this look fair to you? Like, really? You're really gonna put a comment in the comment section having a go at me saying, no, it's definitely fair. After seeing this, okay, you all right, man, do you.
Prior to competing on a female team.
So if you're a woman and you're a natural woman and you don't take any extra hormones or male hormones, you're not taking steroids or any sort of performance enhancing drugs, you're doing your very best to compete and you're at the top of the heap. But then someone comes along that was a man for 30 years and decides that they're going to be a woman, and this has happened, and literally transitioned a few months ago and competes as a woman and destroys records and dominates you in that sport. That's bull.
Exactly. And imagine how, like, angry that must make people as well. Like Joe clearly states here, athletes working for 30 years or more to become the absolute best in their division or whatever sport they have taken up, just to be destroyed by some guy that joined a week ago and breaking records. If they're breaking records in the first few months, I think that's very evidential then that it is clearly unfair. And I feel like as an athlete, that must be the most degrading and the most annoying thing that has ever happened to anyone, of course, right? I want to quickly tell you that I have a second channel just for those of you that don't know. I'm hopefully going to be uploading to that channel a lot more recently, but I need you guys to please come over there and please come and check it out. Honestly, I don't ask of too much of you, but this generally would mean a lot to me if you guys could do that. There'll be a link in the description, so please come over and at least check it out. Thank you, boys. Anyway, boys and girls, let me know what you think in the comments. Am I being completely unreasonable here, or have I lost my mind? Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think women and men should be separated like they have been, or do you reckon now it's all fair game and none of this really matters? Let me know in the comments down below. But anyway, boys and girls, I hope you did enjoy today's video. If you did, make sure to slap a like on it. Also, come and join the best gang, the Discord gang, a Blaze Discord gang. Now at 1.4 followers, I really do appreciate that. There'll be a link down in the description to come and join for that. Well, boys and girls, see you all in tomorrow's video. Papa Blaze out. Hugs and kisses. Goodbye, my children.